What's up, JW here? Today we have the weekly setup review of Monday Night Raw. They started the show off with main event Jey Uso coming out. And Jey Uso kind of just like stood there getting the crowd hyped. And then Sami Zayn's music hits. He comes out. Well, first, Jey Uso said, "Welcome everybody to Monday Night Raw." He's like, "I've always wanted to do that." Sami Zayn comes out. He's like, I just want to warn you, there's a lot of people here that probably don't like you, don't want you here. But I just want to say, I'm proud of you. And then Sami went to go shake his hand. Jey Uso didn't shake his hand. Sami went to walk away. And Jey said, "Well, Sami, that wouldn't be very Usi of me." So he brought back like the little Usi thing, and then they hugged. So clearly Sami wants to be friends still with Jey Uso. So that's what they started the show off with. After that was Sami Zayn versus well, no, it wasn't. That was actually later. The next match was Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle versus the Viking Raiders in a Texas death match. I'm pretty sure, because it was any rules, but that's what they were calling it. And Matt Riddle was gonna beat up Drew McIntyre. Was outside the ring. Kofi Kingston came running out, took out Ivar, and then he went to go to a Trouble with Paradise to Eric and Matt Riddle. No, Eric ducked and hit Matt Riddle in the face. And then they did their finisher through a table, and they pinned him 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre got up and saw Kofi Kingston and got really mad. So I think it's just setting up a feud between Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle versus the New Day, which is not too bad. Next up, Seth Rollins came out, called out Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke came out, he's like, "Let's have a rematch right now, one-on-one, you and me." And Shinsuke starts talking in Japanese. He's like, "I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming it's a yes." And Shinsuke goes, "No." And Rollins goes, "No." He goes, "No." And we keep on going back and forth. No. And then Rollins is finally, "I'm done with this." And then he comes at Shinsuke and they start attacking each other and brawling. People have to rip him off. And then Ricochet comes out attacking Shinsuke, trying to protect Seth Rollins, which is interesting, which ended up turning into the next match. Shinsuke and Ricochet had a match, and midway through the match, Shinsuke starts working his way towards the announcers and everything. Grabs the chair and hits Ricochet right on his back, start beating the holy hell out of Ricochet with the chair, and then Seth Rollins comes out and they start brawling again. This is just all setting up. I think at the next pay-per-view, Shinsuke and Rollins are going to have another match, and maybe that's when Shinsuke's going to win, but they're clearly building with this story with Shinsuke and Seth Rollins, which I really like. Next up, the Judgment Day came out with all their gold and everything, and then JD McDonagh came out. They're like, "What do you want?" The Finn Balor was like, "Let him talk." And he has like this like black object in his hand. He goes, "Damian Priest, you gotta give up the Money in the Bank." And Damian Priest is like, "What? I'm not gonna give up my Money in the Bank." He's like, "You don't need that Money in the Bank. You need this Money in the Bank." And he pulled out this like bluish purple Money in the Bank that said Senior Money in the Bank, which looks really cool. And Damian Priest is like, "Oh yeah, I like this." And then Sami Zayn's music hits, and he comes out, and it's like channeling Dominic Mysterio to a match. But then JD McDonagh is like, "No, you're going to fight me." So the next match was JD McDonagh versus Sami Zayn. I'm adjacent to Bryan Danielson figure. Dominic Mysterio ended up distracting Sami Zayn during the match, and JD McDonagh rolled him up and hit the 1, 2, 3. After that, Sami Zayn beat up JD McDonagh, hit him with the Helluva Kick, and that was that. After that was Miz TV, and Miz's guest was John Cena, but John Cena that we couldn't see. Like we couldn't see him. Clearly the cameraman saw him because he was running down the ramp and everything with him. Miz could see him. He was talking to him. He's like, "Well, John Cena, I'm mad at you," yelling at him and everything, going back and forth. And then Cena apparently stood up. Miz stood up, got in his face, pushed him. John Cena pushed him back, and then Miz went for the Skull Crusher finale, hit the Skull Crusher finale on Invisible John Cena. This was absolutely golden, hysterical, and everything. And then Miz pretty much was saying how he wants a one-on-one match with LA Knight No special referee, no John Cena, just Miz and LA Knight. I just loved this segment with Miz and Invisible John Cena. Miz is just so good on the mic when they let him be good on the mic. It was unbelievably good. The main event was an absolute banger match. It was Gunther versus Chad Gable. This might be one of the most hyped main events of Monday Night Raw I've seen in so long. The crowd was going crazy for this match, and this match was really good. It might be one of the best matches of Monday Night Raw for a main event in a long time. Chad Gable and Gunther put on an amazing match. Going back for there's a couple times Chad Gable almost won. I was like, oh my god, are they not going to let Gunther become the longest reigning Intercontinental champion? But right at the end, nope. Gunther hits the power out in an absolute monstrous clothesline. I swear Chad Gable did like 3 flips when he got hit by that clothesline. And then 1, 2, 3. Gunther is the longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time. He has finally passed the Honky Tonk Man. Honky Tonk Man is now number 2. This show was really good, surprisingly, actually. There's 2 women's matches, but I don't even remember. This is Jared W. Make sure to like, subscribe, and also my review for the show. I'd give it a solid 3.5 out of 5. This is Jared W. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more wrestling figure content.